friends, good to see you. So we have the full moon in Cancer today. I want to talk about this because it's making a very harmonious aspect to Uranus, both the sun and the moon. We have a sextile and the trine. And anytime we have Uranus in the mix, we're always going to have a bolt of awareness or an extra zing to things. And sometimes the insights can come very quickly. We don't have a lot of time to absorb things. There can be a bit of overwhelm. And we're not going to often have to reach far for those insights. That sometimes can be upsetting because that's kind of the nature of the full moon as well, because we have such easy aspects going on. So the full moon in Cancer, it can be very emotional. This is the sign of emotion, of feelings, of what's closest to us, and often what everything hinges on. The moon, Cancer, the fourth house, these are influences in astrology that very much point to the foundation of something. So we can have some insights that actually rock our very foundation. What a lot of what we've consciously built is balanced on. So this can be a rough period of time because it's really going to involve a lot of identifying what it is that we've always been doing, what it is we've always been nurturing, a lot of the autopilot within us. What is it that we've always done because we've always done it? What is familiar to us? Looking at some of those patterns and sometimes looking at the results of some of those things and then seeing that, oh my gosh, this may be something that's incredibly repetitive in my life. And finding the source of it, looking back and seeing where does it come from and why, and how can we get into a different frame of thinking and a different frame of doing? Because we're dealing with the Capricorn-Cancer axes. And Capricorn is very much about taking responsibility for the course of our life, taking destiny into our own hands. And now we're looking at what is it that emotionally or unconsciously or having to do with family or the past or our habitual emotional patterns. That's really the moon. What is it pertaining to that that's keeping us from more consciously building the life of our choosing? And I think a lot of us are also going to be looking at our families and what's going on. What's the dynamic within our family that probably needs to change? A lot of times as we grow and children age and we age as parents and as siblings and as family members, we have to update the way that we relate to each other. And sometimes that comes as a result of conflict. We really realize that, hey, the person that I'm dealing with isn't who they've always been. They've grown, they've changed. And we have to learn to deal with each other differently. And that can take a while because we're getting used to something new. So I think that a lot of our comfort zones are going to be disturbed at this particular time. And because we have Uranus in the mix as well, Uranus is about change and about what's new and progress, and the moon is about the past. So it could be a wild ride when it comes to having some new seeds being planted as a result of having this a werewolf moment where we come to see that maybe what we've always done isn't what we should always be doing. All right, so I will be seeing you guys super soon. My composite chart course begins January 20th. So a reminder, if you're interested in that, sign up before the seats are gone. And my intermediate natal chart course also begins the third week of January. And I will see you guys super soon.